Okay, guys, so I'm gassed basically because you know how I guessed this was in 2023 last year, November. I guessed because I saw 255 was getting retained with Aviva in 2024, and then I noticed Aviva, these men are starting to like the right electric things instead of the switch mobility ones. So I was thinking, since Aviva want loads of ESs, right electric and double deckers, yeah, they might as well get single decker GB Kite Electrolyzers for the 255. So I was like, let me do this just in case. And look what's came true. 255 is confirmed to be getting right Electroliner GB Kites single deckers. It's been confirmed, but the fleet class for them hasn't been confirmed yet. Now the fleet class, I guess for these lot when they come out is EWL, which stands for Electric Right Long, as opposed to the class is aging on DWL, which stands for Daft Right Long. Now you have to understand, fleet classes for buses, yeah, they mean something. They're not just random. They're not random. The fleet numbers for buses isn't random. It goes by a certain order. Even Metroline, they do it in a certain order. Like you probably won't find Metroline TE999. See, because there's a Metroline DE999. So there's Metroline do it in a specific order where every bus has their own fleet number. I'm pretty sure most of you man wouldn't have clocked that, but I clocked that. Metroline continue their fleet numbers in a specific order. So if another bus already has 999 in its fleet class, they won't do another bus with the same number. Do you get me? There's no TE999 and there's TE800s and DE800s, but they don't have the same numbers. So let's try TE992. Wait, I swear there's DE992. Wait, is there D? See, there's no DE992, but there's a TE992. Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see what I'm talking about? Even okay, you could be like, okay, it's Google. Let's type up on Flickr then. Metroline DE992. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Look, even on LVF, yeah, lvf.io ML DE992. See, doesn't exist. Let's try out. And then if I do TE1 to V, it's gonna show me in order. Look, it shows you. See how they continue it there. So they went from TE1104, and when they got the TEHs, it carried on 1105. I like how Metroline do it. It's organized like that. I rate how they do it. See, it's none of their bosses have the same numbers. Everyone's individual. Like they've carried, like it's a different fleet class by the side, but I mean, the numbers are different. The fleet number is different, but the fleet class represents it, but the fleet number for every bus is linked to each other continuously. So no bus will have the same number. They can have the same fleet class, but not the same number. So the BTE, the fleet class, the fleet number is 1073. None of the other buses will have the same fleet number. I rate how they continue it. So with Metroline doing it like this, so let's see, they're currently on thousands for the fleet number. When do you man reckon it will get to 10,000s? In fact, speaking of thousands, Stagecoach are really near to a million or something like that because look, their numbers are getting really high. Stagecoach because they've got a lot of X vehicles that weren't originally theirs, which is on top of it to their numbers. So they're literally on 6700, six like That's like 67,001. So then they're nearly at 100,000. And I swear Stagecoach have got to 900. I swear they've got to 90,000. I swear they're up there. Piss off, man. See, they're up there. Wait, they're up there already. Wait, this was like 2011 Pro. Which, oh, fuck's sakes. It's only just talking about the date. Come on, let me find a boss that's like reached 9. Oh, God. Let me. Come on, there's got to be. Is there Stagecoach 99999? Come on, that's got to exist. That's got. What's this? That must be like a staff car, a staff hangout car. Wait, the fleet number on this one is 9. Okay, so okay, Stagecoach have already reached up to the 90,000 for the cars, and it still counts because they joined the cars in the fleet, so it still counts. I like how companies just advertise themselves everywhere. Yeah, the fleet number's right there. I see it. I see it. Anyways, yeah, getting back to topic. Now, I'm happy that 255 is confirmed to be getting electrolyzed. Single decker electrolyzed, yeah, because the 255 was previously allocated to Riot Cadets, but and they were also built by the manufacturer Riot. Unfortunately, Arriva didn't get the companies couldn't get Riot pulsers, or Arriva didn't get Cummins streetlights for the 255. So the 255 had to use the 255 had to use about existing about 200 from the 325. 325 um was previously allocated to LJ10 ENLs. Now, one of them is still at DX, and that one is ENL 61. The GO. But that one, it's a bit. I have a bit of an on and off relationship with it because it's early 2010. It's a template. The template and the 59 Euro 5 200s, they tend to be early Euro 5s. They tend to be the earliest Euro 5s you can find. So that one, it's got an old, the gearbox you would usually find on the Euro 4, Euro 3 Dart. The Allison gearbox you'd usually find in the Euro 4 or Euro 3 Dart, right? So it kind of sounds like a Euro 4 and Proud 200. But it still kind of performs like a regular Euro 5 in some ways. It's just subtle differences that most ordinary Boston enthusiasts won't be able to understand, but people like me will understand it. I'll explain all these differences in another video. That's for another video, yeah. But yeah, getting back onto track, let's talk about Fortnite. Fortnite used to be known as the garage that would never have a right vehicle. It's been so long, ever since Fortnite had cadets. That was it. They didn't really have right double deckers or anything like that. Oh wait. But I swear 289 was using Gemini ones at one point. I swear the 289 used Gemini one at one point. I hate how it fucks up the typing on the flipping website. You have to be tough with it. Fuck's sakes. Fuck's sakes, man. What are you talking about? What does this have to do? Some. Anyways, let's search up on Google because Google can be surprisingly more reliable. Look, 289 used Gemini ones at one point. Was it a spare from? Wait, was the 289 at Beddington? Wait, because Arriva used to have Beddington themselves as their own garage for TFL services, but it closed down and now they use it as a storage, I believe. nice little history, and then shortly after there should be a Electroline picture when 289 gets its Electroliners, and then watch everyone on TikTok will be freaking out because they'll see new buses on 289, 250, 198. No, 198 isn't getting Electroliners. It's just been retained with cities, but yeah, people on TikTok will be freaking out saying, "Oh, new bus, new bus." Once Croydon gets a revamp with all the electric things by Fortnite, finally. Okay. No, these weren't at 14 Heath. They were at CN Bedington. And then allocation moved to 14 Heath or 289's home. Yeah, okay. So 289 was originally at Bedington. So okay, so the only right vehicles 14 Heath originally had was the cadets. The ones for the 410, 450, the ones for the 255. 289 was allocated to PDLs, I believe. Nice little history. This was much better when companies could literally do their own livery. Now, but I prefer it when it was a hint of red, so you could tell it's a London bus because you can't tell the difference between this and a non-county, non-London county bus. Like nice little GIF here, just like showing you the blinds on that. But it's old style. It's old style blind. Um, Yeah, when you look at the history of how far buses have came over the years, it's very interesting to see. Wait, did Volkswagen? No, Volkswagen didn't make that. Leyland, Leyland Nationals, like the name. Um, and I like the iconic design as well. Like you got the circle lights, and you got the flipping vents at the top, maybe for air circulation or something like that. And then you got the window here, but it doesn't really look like a face to be fair. But it's unique in its own way. Like I prefer buses like this that kind of look like they have more of a face. These old buses, the style on them looks a bit plain, in my opinion. I mean, it is iconic in its own way, but yeah, this looks more like a face, or like that. Even that looks like more like the bus has a face, or even that, or even this. No bus beats the Gemini One's look, man. Honestly, like the Gemini One's body is so iconic. Like honestly, oh, and it even tells you the fleet number when you hover over it. PDL 19, DDL. Come on, DDL 10. It says it right there. All right, so Adam Moret, shout out to him. And oh, I can't believe it. The 289's done so well with Revox getting retained again. I respect that, man. I respect that. Anyways, so yeah, it's mad. With all the electric things coming in, Fortnite is no longer going to be known as the Arriva garage that escapes away from right bosses. It's now this. That's what Fortnite was iconic for, in my opinion. Fortnite was never really the type of garage to be getting right buses. It was ADL only. Funnily enough, but now it's got to the point where Fortnite are literally going because of the electric things, and because if it wasn't, it would. Nah, I'll tell you what, yeah. If it wasn't for Go Ahead mass ordering the BYD EVs, Fortnite probably would have stayed ADL only if the MK1 ADL EVs were still in stock. Because Go Ahead have got too many of them. ADL is struggling right now with the MK1 bodied EVs. ADL is struggling with them right now because Go Ahead have ordered too many of them. That's why no other companies are really getting them anymore. If Go Ahead didn't get so many of them, I could see Arriva getting them. But yeah, a lot of companies have been having to resort to like the bus types like the Electroliner, the BZLs, the Switch Metro Cities and Metro Deckers. I mean, no one's getting a Metro Decker anymore after what's happened. No one's getting a Metro Decker anymore. Nah, fuck that. But yeah, some manufacturers you just can't trust. But to be fair, the most reliable electrics I say right now, it looks like it's the BYDs. That's what it looks like because the BYDs haven't really caught fire. I mean, there's an arsonist that set one on fire in East London, I believe, or something like that. Um, but it doesn't look like Metro Deckers. I mean, it doesn't really look like there's any other more reliable bus than the BYD because BYD have experience in electric technology as well. And yeah, I spoke to some drivers. They said that BYD E400 EVs, E200 EVs are very fantastic to drive and they're very comfortable to drive. And they do look good when you look at the cab. When you look at the cab on them, yeah, even the design is cold, man. Of course, no one has got a cab pick because it's an electric bus. Who cares? Who cares about electric bus? Who cares about the electric bus? Electric bus is so dead. Uh, I don't. Oh, obviously, no one has a cab. Obviously, no one has a cab pick. Great. Come on, come on. You got some. You got to have something. You got to have something. Fuck sakes! I wish, bro. This needs to come back to London TFL's like normal service because currently have this, and it doesn't do London. It doesn't do like normal London routes. It just does school service only, which is dead. I want this to come back, man. Please come back to TFL service, man. But yeah, if you look at the cab on the E400 EV, wait, maybe there's a video. Maybe there's a flipping video. Maybe there's a E200 EV cab. Of course, Croydon comes up because Croydon is popping up. Croydon's overrated, in my opinion. Croydon's just bro. Just look at the cab, fam. No, I'm not interested. I'm not interested, to be fair. Coach and Boss Week. My main question is why do these men not upload anymore? They say every Wednesday, but they're not being frequent anymore, which is annoying. I know you got stuff to do. Life hits, I get it, but come on, keep the consistency, man. Honestly, man, I actually rate the channel, man. When are they gonna do test driving the new MK2 E400 EV? That's what I want to see with the E100 EV. Look at the electrics, man. I want to understand how do you look after electric bus without catching fire and shit like that. How do you look after all this wires and electrical stuff? That's actually what I want to know. Because people act like it's electric. You can't look after anything in an electric vehicle. That's bullshit. These men have made the models. These men have tested the model. ADL themselves have tested the model. They know its capability. They know how to work on an electric vehicle. So obviously, there's got to be some way to look after electric vehicle or hybrid vehicle. It's not impossible. People just make it look impossible because it's hybrid or electric, whatever. Because, because there's electric, bro. It's not impossible it's not impossible to look after electric wires and all that because you can see it right there, and people act like it's electric, so stuff aren't as obvious as if it was a diesel. Okay, true, true, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible to look after electric vehicles. And I know I'm not an engineer. You can't say shit. Bro, I don't care. I'm saying how it is. I'm saying it how it is, yeah. It- It's like you can still see plenty of the wires at the back. Obviously, it's electric. You have to realize humans designed this electric shit. So obviously, you're human yourself. You can find a way to maintain it. It's not impossible. God didn't create electricity. Humans did. That's what you have to understand. That's what you have to understand. Humans created electricity. Electricity isn't an invisible thing. It may be less obvious than old school engines and that, but electricity is still not impossible to look after. If millions of human beings are creating electric powered stuff, then who's saying it's impossible to look after electric substance or anything like that? Do you get what I'm trying to say? But just look at the cab on that. Look at the cab on that. It looks beautiful. I'm not trying to watch bus double. I'm not trying to watch double decker whatever. Double decker school. Can you imagine an articulated and around 200 mmc in London? Maybe Alexander Dennis should make one. London has banned articulated buses. Is that so? Is that so? I love E200 BYD EV buses. They're so cute. Exactly. Exactly. Sounds different to any bus I've heard. Doesn't sound as nice as an RE. Or why are you comparing a diesel bus to it? Of course, why? Of course, there's diesels out here that sound better. But it doesn't mean it doesn't mean shit. Oh my god. Is this go ahead electric bus? Will they turn all their bus electric by 2030? Feeding the steering wheel annoys me. Can anyone drive the bus? Good question, to be fair. W15 uses these, not a lot of seats. Power steering is a joke. Also, this bus needs a lot of space when turning because of long wheelbase. Diesels are better. Yeah, they're really not. Damn! This is the first guy I've ever found saying that. That's crazy. That's crazy. This is the first guy I'm seeing say, yeah, they're not really, but diesels aren't better. Of course, it's NBC saying diesels are better. Bro, what's, bro, realistically, yeah, I think some of you might need a reality check because diesels, yeah, and electrics, it's not that different. Just electric vehicles running on an electric engine. Although it's not an engine, but it's basically filling in for an engine, so it's literally electric engine. That's what I'm trying to say. But the only thing is with electrics generate power constantly, so they don't need gears like an engine would. So electrics can just run fine on one gear. The reason engines have more than one gear is not to create a music effect. Engines have more than one gear to help save power and generate power. Because if it was just one steep gear, the bus would be going very slow. Nah, the bus would be going very slow if it was the engine because the engines, the power is not as strong. That's what you have to understand. So that's why electric things can survive on only one gear because it's electricity is much more powerful than just some engine. Now, here's another thing I want to talk about, Bahar. There's another way we can manage to save electricity and battery with these electric buses. Is if manufacturers make electrics more similar to diesels where they can use up to six gears or four whatever. and just make them generate less electricity, because the gears will actually save it. The gears will make the gears will actually save the electricity more if we're using more gears for power rather than just the electric motors on one gear by itself. It will actually save a bit of power like that. So I think manufacturers should result to that. As much as they want to make the thing quick and efficient, I think they should result to that. That would actually make it more efficient in my eyes. If they actually add more electric gears, and then that way they can actually save it and make the electric vehicle generate less power so it's not too quick on the gears. And voila, that's how you do it. I think that will work better. Now, it could be somewhat like that with the MK2 EVs by ADL. Uh, it could be like that, but we don't know yet. So I'm just gonna say, uh, I mean, I've already heard that they're getting an electric turbo converter, which diesel buses use. Funnily enough, most diesel buses use. Funnily enough, well, the Voith gearbox and the the Lisson the ZF gearbox, they use turbo converters for buses. For the gearbox, yeah. I'm using the electric turbo converter for the MK2 ADL EVs, which will be interesting. So I'm thinking, if they're adding a turbo converter, will they add more gears to help with the turbo? That's my question. It's not really talked about yet, because even when you search up on flipping E100 on Wikipedia, yeah, okay, 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 it's actually listed now. Okay, so I'm breathing like that. Sorry, I'm actually breathing like that. It's not really talked about the electric um turbo converter if it's got more than 1 year. Yeah, it's not too much is known about it yet. It's only saying one door, even though London can potentially get them, and we could get them in longer lengths. We don't know yet. The bus is primarily marketed at smaller bus operators running bus services in rural areas, although plans have been made to potentially introduce a Transport for London specification E100 EV by mid-2024, and an E100 EV for international markets was also developed as of the Stagecoach Group. Stagecoach is the first company to order them. The Stagecoach Group was the launch customer for the E100 EV, with an order for 20 of the type announced in November 2023, delivered to the group's bus operations across North East and West Scotland in early 2024. One autonomous E100 EV is also set to be delivered to Stagecoach East Scotland for service on Cavforth 2, an extension of the original Cavforth scheme, operated by 5 autonomous E2 Alexander. Then it's E200 AVs. Okay, yeah. AV stands for autonomous vehicle. Towards Dunfermline line, the city centre via the Forth Road Bridge. The first independent order to order an E100 EV was shuttle buses of Kilwinning, who ordered a single example in December 2023. Okay, so one independent company has ordered just one of it, and no one really knows about it. Called shuttle buses, of, how am I calling them? Hong. But yeah, this company, basically, yeah, they're getting one of them. And type up E100 EVC if it recognizes that. Yeah, apparently they're getting this. They're getting, it actually looks alright. It doesn't look too bad, to be fair. And no, for companies, they haven't been built yet. I wonder if E100 EVs will potentially come in longer sizes. That's one of my concerns. Um, and they're also planning to make E100 EV open top. Doesn't look too bad. On the previews, it looks shit. To be fair, on the previews, it looks shit. But when you see it in the person, in the real life pictures, it actually looks much better. It actually looks much better in the real life pictures. I don't hate it at all, but in the previews, it looks shit. It looks shit. Uh, I sweet like where they copied the MR 200 design when where the bit here is black, where they stretched it out more. Um, and I like how the E100. I like how the MK2 Enviro's interior is kind of identical to the MK1, but the only difference is like some stuff, like the back seats are face to face again, and there's more. I'm imagining there's more legroom at the back than on the MK1 E400 EVs, which is shit. It's shit, but it's nice for a bumpy ride, I guess. But yeah, uh, this is actually alright. I don't really have complaints. We'll see how the buses do. We'll see if any catch fire. We'll see if they're reliable. We'll see if companies actually like them. I'm not a fan of this new steering wheel by ADL though, because it gives me Volvo vibes or Ford, whatever. It doesn't scream ADL, unfortunately. The dash looks decent though. I'm not even going to lie. Oh, there we go. MK1 EV ADL BYD dash. It does look good. It does look good. I will not lie. It does look great. Just look at that. God's sakes. Uh, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much all I need to talk about in this video today. Uh, that looks great. It doesn't look too bad. I actually like the design. It's not a bad design. ADF came out with a iconic design that can't be beaten again by the bus industry. I'm actually happy at ADF for this, but they need to come up with a way of making electric buses have a rear window again because I get the batteries and everything is stored in there, but try to come up with a way where you can take care of the space, and there's actually a rear window at the back. But the only way for them to do that is actually put like hazardous batteries underneath the bus. Well, they do that actually, so they do that, so it's not really an issue. The only thing is when batteries are underneath the bus, it's a bit more of a fire risk because it's a bit harder to It's a bit harder to put on the out of the fire. If it's under, because obviously the wheel's not under the flipping chassis. Um, so yeah, it might not be as simple as that to put out a fire on these, but we'll see how they do. And I do like how the rear is a bit squarish. The body on them is a bit squarish. If you look at these and you kind of compare them to ALXs, you'll be like, okay, I actually like this design because you can see where they're coming from. They've mixed in the MMC details. They've also mixed it with the ALX. I can see it in some ways. I don't know if it's just me that's seeing that, but I can see it in some ways, like the rear with the bent back here kind of seem like LX, the square windows giving LX vibes, except for this window. They should go back to fully square windows everywhere. Front is a bit more flat than the MMC, so it's kind of giving LX vibes like that as well. The light clusters and shit. That's actually right. Um, I don't understand. Okay, obviously they can't multitask, but I was gonna say I don't understand why the E200 EV is meant to be coming out in 2025. That's a bit of a long wait, to be fair. Um, one four one five four before they got rebranded. Before they got new numbers for the fleet. Yeah, man, that's what I wanted to talk about. Safe.